camera's
just
back.
hit live. Okay,
Chima,
hello.
can you check
I'm gonna.
the?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Something broke on my end.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're just
He's going.
okay, there we go. We're just
There we go.
okay,
Cool.
okay,
Not too
there
sure
we
what
go.
happened. The OBS
We're just
crashed. There we go.
okay,
Cool.
okay,
Not too
there
sure
we
what
go.
happened. The OBS crashed. There we go.
okay,
Cool.
okay,
Not too
there
sure
we
what
go.
happened. The OBS
We're just
crashed. There we go. Cool.
okay, okay,
Not too
there
sure
we
what
go.
happened. The OBS crashed.
What is happening now? Okay, wait. Okay, I think I know why I was getting so much echo. Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is very ragtag. Okay, let me try that again. Okay, sorry. Okay, I think we are good now. Okay, so hi everybody. We're on episode 2 of our podcast. Thanks for joining us. Today we have a whole bunch of European members as well as Ubersimps on the podcast, and we will hear from them all about their experiences. So let's start with some quick introductions. Starting from Tara.
Yep. So I'm Terra. I'm the editor lead for the Hololive Resort side of the Holorwine. I help pretty much leading editors, helping them, pretty much managing that everyone is on time. And also editing myself, because I also did it.
Cool, thank you. Next, we can just go down the list.
Hiya, I'm Folden. I'm a translator. Usually I would have a Rushia profile picture, but my SO wanted to do matching stuff, so here I am.
That's cute.
Yeah. Also, my apartment flooded this morning, so I have workers downstairs. No. And they might call me to ask me for stuff. So if I don't say anything, just assume I'm gone. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Cool.
Not really what.
Yep. Hazu.
I'm Hazu, and I'm Ubersimps. I just help for the main advices on what to do with the videos.
Awesome. Jin.
Hey, I'm Jin. I was the Okayu Ubersimp.
Sweet. Glad to have you here. Glad to hear you.
That's my existence.
Nice.
Glad to have you here with us. Kitsune Hawk, you're up next.
Hello, my name is the Kitsune Hawk, and I was the Ubersimp for Muna Hoshinova, also the founder of her fan Discord, which I am on break from because I had to.
Yes, maybe we can talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, maybe we can talk. Yeah, maybe we can talk about that. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Chima, you can do this. Hey.
No, I'll say it myself. Oh, okay. My name, as said in my name is Alcasar Lullabear. Like, well, you can call me by the first one because that is usually my primary name. Yeah, it's well to tell about it. Like, it's based on. It's based on 2 of my OCs. That's why it's like. I don't want to stray from the topic, but yeah.
And
nice.
You're an Ubersimp for.
Yes, I am a Ubersimp for Kagami Kira.
Nice. Glad to have some representation here.
Mm-hmm.
Luna.
Yeah. Well. I mean,
sorry.
What was that?
No, you keep going.
going. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
going.
It's like when they were applying for. I think when applying for Ubersimps, like I think nobody else went for it, so I might as well go for it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking at the time. But yes, greetings from the US.
Awesome. Luna, your turn.
Oh, I'm Luna. I'm the thumbnail lead for Hololive, and I mostly ping artists and don't do anything myself currently.
That's not true,
Mika.
but okay.
Wait, yeah, we'll talk about that later. Mika, come on, your turn.
Yeah. Yo, I'm Mika. I was clipper, proofreader, and QA for, well, quite a bit of stuff. And I work with Aonahara. That's it.
All right. Rizu, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Ryuzu. I was the Ubersimp for Okami Meal. I'm not sure what else to say.
All right. Shen.
Hello, I'm Shern. I am a clipper, proofreader, and subber, and also the PR leader from Aonahara. That's it.
All right. Should we go into some questions then? Chima, you can start us off for this.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the introductions, everybody. So this is pretty casual. You know, you guys can answer anything that you want, or maybe ask another question, or bring up other things that you'd like to have. I'd like for this to be a conversation. So, we have a lot of Europeans, and I think it's getting pretty late. So I think we will tackle those kind of things first. Out of the European group, we have a pretty big mix of different roles that are here today. So I was thinking that we can address a question that came in that was actually addressing a whole bunch of different roles. So if you look at the screen, I'm bringing this up right now. Whoops, there we go. So there's a member of our, I think he's from our Aonahara server, but he had a question for us about, what is it that each of us did? And what were the roles that everybody took on? So maybe each person can kind of answer the questions, or just kind of explain a little bit about your role. Anybody can start.
I can go ahead since it says editing first, and I think I'm the only editor in here.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so the question asks how the coordination worked between you guys. So for the coordination, when we started editing, it was like everyone had its own chat, and like they coordinated with the director of each generation, and then with the Ubersimps to have some feedback. But we had some set guidelines, like where should the titles of each clip go, and more or less the transitions. But each editor had a lot of freedom, like they could edit in their own style. Some editors did more memes, some others did less memes, for example. Some like to do longer transitions. Some went for short clips, stuff like that. And pretty much that was it between each other, besides some gens that had two editors. For example, I was editor in Gen 4 for Kanata only, and the other was Cher. But I mean, Cher or Karim? Who was it for Gen 4? It was Henry, right?
Was it Henry? I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was Henry, sorry. It was Henry for Gen 4, so like with Henry coordinated in the side of the style for the title cards and the transitions and that stuff. But yeah, pretty much, for example, as the editor leader, I was like telling people, yeah, maybe we should render in this resolution and bitrate, or keep the titles in this side, stuff like that. And aspects that could be improved next time, probably be more careful with the rendering, because we had some rendering issues sometimes, like we render on the wrong bitrate, stuff like that. I actually had myself that problem. And yeah, sometimes people have different bit rates between each other.
Yeah, I think that, the editing stuff was a lot more complicated than we originally thought, because it was a complicated project too, right? Each video So maybe talking a little bit more about the videos themselves and like what was the interaction like between the editors and the Ubersimps? Do some of the Ubersimps want to talk about that? What was the experience like between you guys and the editors?
I think I'll explain that. Is that I mean not well. Sorry. What was right. When I was being like asked for something, I think it's like I think most of the time it's like it wasn't that difficult per se. Mm. But was that there are some instances where there might be some good some bad things that may be cut out or like or something that needs to be arranged. And as far as I remember, as far as I remember from my side, like it runs smoothly. Like there weren't a lot of things that were wrong. I think the primary thing that that was implemented was the order of which clips are to go first to last. You know what I mean saying, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
How did you and the team members like figure that out? Like the order of clips.
From my perspective, I think it was like how how it should begin and how it should like end. Right. It's like how and what I was thinking is that how would it like be as entertaining as possible while transitioning smoothly between clips.
Okay.
Yeah, usually we try to keep like relevancy of the clip, but also chronologically.
Chronologically, I'm not necessarily chronologically, but sorry, I may not be the best. I may not have the most knowledge about.
I think it depended on the talent. Some of them chose to keep it chronologically and so forth.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, some chose chronologically, some chose like an order of significance, and some just kind of had like a special ordering, from what I remember.
Yeah, for my gen, which was Gen 5, it was more or less like that. Chronologically, but also keeping relevance of clips.
Yeah, do other Ubersimps want to talk about their experience?
For Akayu, at least, I picked out most of the clips, so I kind of knew what order I wanted them in. I still kind of feel bad about not telling my editor what order I kind of wanted it before he started editing, because we had to just switch the entire video around. But like, I tried to form like at least like a little like short story, kind of like basically just start out with like Okayu's outlook for the next year, like what she wanted to do, and then like showcase different parts of her that like ends in kind of wholesomeness at the end.
Yeah, so you know there was a couple of back and forth between the editors and the Ubersimps, right? How did you feel about that? How did that work?
Jin, are you there?
Jin, are you here?
Oh, sorry.
You can. I think you can ask the question again if you didn't understand.
Did you grab that?
Yeah, can you repeat that?
Yeah, like I was wondering. I mean, any of the Ubersimps can answer this, but like, there was a lot of back and forth between the editors and the Ubersimps, I think. Like, how was that process? What did that process look like, and how did you feel about it?
I think it was like a bit hard to kind of, what do you call it? Since, you know how like explaining, I don't know. I'm not very like knowledgeable about editing yet, so I didn't really know how to express like things I wanted done on the clip.
Right. So you didn't know like the editing terminology, so it was kind of a bit hard to like get the point across to them, to the editors.
And it kind of felt a little bossy to like,
yeah,
kind of want this done like this instead, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you manage to get over that kind of issue? Like, how did you figure it out and whatnot?
I kind of just tried to let them do their thing, see what like they think is best for the clip, and like just try to do like minimal changes on superficial stuff.
Right. So just kind of like just help like kind of you didn't feel like you were bossing them around, but you're just kind of help coaxing them into the right direction, kind of that kind of idea.
Sort of, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hazu or Ryu, do either of you want to add something to the conversation?
As for me, I didn't really have any conflicts with my editor. I just kind of left it to them to decide the order of the clips. I'm not very familiar with the editing process. I usually just pick clips randomly for my own channel, so I kind of trusted my editor to know what they're doing. And from the themes of it, the editor for the gamers section seemed quite competent. So yeah, we didn't really argue about the order of the clips. I just left it to them.
Cool.
That's cool. That's cool. It's good to hear like a different perspective from like the editing and Ubersimps communication side. Hazu, you had something to say as well, didn't you?
Honestly, I kind of like relate my situation to Jean's because I didn't know how video editing works. So I'm mostly like I always apologize to Minsu and Rust about it. Like, I'm sorry I didn't have um this and that, but they're just like very patient with me, like explaining stuff a lot to me because I kind of like I don't like. I mean, I'm mostly shy like that, and I only like I don't like usually get asked what I want with something or something like that, and I'm kind of like happy that um Rast and Minsu always ask me like what is better to do here, what do you like with something like this, and I'm honestly just grateful for them about it, and like I'm happy that the video turned out great and it expected what I expected. I mean, it overcame what I expected, and I'm very happy with it. That's all.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good to hear. Yeah, really good that I'm glad the videos turned out excellent as well. Like, I'm only a proofreader, but like seeing you guys really go at it was really cool. Like, everyone got their job done. Some hiccups, but I'm glad the videos came out really well.
Let's do a quick loop around for translation. Folden, you're a translator, so maybe you can speak just a little bit on how you felt about the translation process.
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess I can. I can answer the question. So I mean, troubles with translations. It's honestly not all that much different from working on normal IDs for Onahara. There's so much that's left up to interpretation, and I think I said this in my kind of text interview, but it's like the difference between what they're actually literally saying and what they're like meaning to say. How do we translate that? How do you convey that to the audience? And what I really enjoy is at least having my work double checked by like 3 or 4 different people, because I just always want to make sure that I'm really, kind of I am emphasizing what they are actually saying, and I'm not like putting words in their mouth, right? And so the only way for that to happen, because I don't have infinite knowledge of the language, is to crowdsource from everyone else to get their inputs. And through that, I think we were able to come out with a pretty good product. So.
Yeah, definitely. What about proofreaders? We have a couple proofreaders here. Maybe you can talk a little bit about why was proofreading important, and what do you actually do, and how did it work for this project?
Do you want to start, Sherna, or should I go?
The proofreading is just to check that the English is good. We don't really check the translation because we are only here for the English.
Yeah, it's just up to translation check. We just make sure that everything flows nicely. Yeah, English is correct. Everything flows nicely. The lines are not too long when compared to what the characters are saying.
Ooh, yeah. CPS issues. That's for like the subbers, but
yeah,
like a lot of the time, the sentences have like the lines can't be too long because then they can't it won't fit inside of the frame that it's supposed to be for. So it's another interesting issue that the proofreaders had to face is how to get the point for the translation across, but also keeping it not too long and like kind of concise. So it was an interesting effort.
Yeah, and also about the question he asks about what would you suggest to those wanting to do it in the future. The first thing I would say is just write down everything you find. Like when you find something you don't know about, just write it down, because we had this problem during the proofreading process because we wrote a guide before starting, but then we realized that it was missing many points, and as we went through we had to add many points, and in the end we just realized that some stuff had not been checked properly, so we had to go through everything over and over again like 5 times.
Yep, I remember that. Yep, I'm one of the people who made the guide, and I feel a little bit embarrassed at how lackluster it was originally, but I'm glad we got there in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a living document. Yeah.
It was for sure. Like we were still working on it, like post the PR process. Like even towards the end, we still wrote and updated that sheet.
Yeah.
Luna, did you want to add? Go ahead.
No, you go. Yeah, don't mind. It's nothing important.
Luna, did you want to add something to that?
Fucking punctuation sucks.
Yeah, punctuation. Yeah, we had tons and tons to speak about there, and had tons of arguments about that.
I remember the debate people had versus and
Oh no, please!
Oh yes.
Don't bring that up, please. Don't shame me
versus
like that.
issue. All right.
Yeah, like there was also like the tildes issue. So we had a certain standard, right? I think this is one thing that I'll add as a PR lead. But like, it's hard because you may decide on a standard that you wouldn't normally use, right? So for example, the use of punctuations, or we decided to go with American English. I don't know if anybody caught that, if you're a viewer, but we standardized everything to American English. And so there was a lot of conversation about whether or not that was the right choice to make. Uses of certain punctuation like ellipses or tildes, like these are all things that you never think about if you're just looking at a video. But if you're working on a video, you think about a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes in deliberation. There is a lot.
Yeah.
So what did it actually take?
I think it was all right if it was for any kind of English, really, as long as it's understandable.
Yeah, but we wanted to be consistent between videos.
Yeah,
like,
we wanted to be
everything
consistent.
to be the same.
I can add something to that, and it's that like for example, like a sub appeared like literally one frame before he started speaking. QA will cut it out, and like the translator will have to encode the subs again, and it was a pain because the editors had to re-render the entire clip again, or like it was like, please, it's only one frame.
Yeah,
gotta be meticulous.
But yeah, I mean, it's also nice because everything is frame perfect. But yeah, you had to render it again, and that took some time.
Right.
That sounds so perfectionist.
Yeah, especially on QA when time is like very tight. That's like, please don't do this.
Please don't do this to us.
Where did you get your Polka? Were you the one that edited Polka?
No, I edited Gen 5, but Polka was edited by Aoi. Yeah, I think it was left for Aoi.
Yeah, I remember sending it back like 5 times, and then he started crying and asked begged me not to send it back again.
Yep, that's basically what happened.
And then instead of Polka, I was editing Kanata because I was gonna edit 5, but I had my schedule was very tight, so I had to land Aoi to do the Polka side.
Okay, we have a newcomer here. Light, do you want to just introduce yourself, just who you are and what your roles were, and then maybe you can talk a little bit about proofreading and then segue into subbing.
Oh god.
Oh yes, yes.
Anyway, stop. I'm Light. I kind of joined in the middle of this live stream here of the podcast. I do proofreading and subbing in Onahara, as well as Sunstyle and all the like. As well as also video help. Like I handle, like if people have issues with video encoding, I'm typically there to kind of help out. But in regards to Hololive specifically, I help with some occasional proofreading as well as handling song styling in general.
Yeah, your song styling is insane, dude. Like it is. Whoo.
Yeah, so we had
that was nuts.
It was kind of lazy though. But like when you go in, you go in.
I mean, there was a sub team of the subbers that were working on karaoke subs, but I think that's something that people don't appreciate all the time. But we definitely wanted to do karaoke subs. So, you know, you're one of few people that did it, but you're one of the head advisors for that. Can you talk to us about like how did you learn about the karaoke subs and what's included in that process?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to really think from the spot. But like, what started out as me basically being very unhappy with how some styling usually looks like. Because if you remember, like how it used to be in like especially older times with like anime and stuff, it used to always look like very over the top and kind of stupid, like very distracting. So at that point, I kind of decided, you know what, I'm gonna try and learn how to do it myself and try to not make it suck.
Awesome.
That's basically how I got into it, and hopefully how I also got the other people who were interested and kind of set their learn as well into actually sun styling. Because I was not the only one. Like in the middle of it, I also started teaching 2 people how to sun style. Mainly to delegate work because it was too much for one person.
You were teaching Riku, right?
Yep, Riku, and I believe it was it Trace? I think it was.
I think it was Trace. Yeah, I think it was Trace. Yeah, returning some of the pain onto Riku, huh? Getting revenge.
Get him back for all the work he put me through.
Sure, and you were also a subber. Do you want to talk a little bit about what does subbing look like for anybody who don't work on like videos? And I think some of the Ubersimps, you guys also make your own videos. Like, what does subbing look like, and what kind of process goes into it?
Well, you first have to download the clips that the clipper provided, and then you just take the script to the specific video and put it in the HSub that most of us used, and then you just time the lines because we also had Japanese dialogue, so we could check the dialogue when we sub the line. So it was just a lot of listening.
A lot of listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are like some like tricks and like kind of techniques you kind of figured out or like learned during the period of like subbing for like starting HRW and like ending HRW? Like what are some tricks and techniques you learned?
I learned how to animate the subtitles, like move them around and stuff. And I have a fade in, fade out. I didn't know that before.
Yeah, I don't know. Cool. I don't know if people realize these kind of things, but for me, I was pretty impressed at how many styling effects there were on the subtitles.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I was quite what's the word? Quite amazed at the amount of work that went into the subbing and how much like the finesse you need, because I have no idea how to sub. So like I actually downloaded Aegis Sub the other day for some other reasons, but I was quite surprised to learn like just how much you can do with it. It's actually quite a powerful tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's just a case of knowing what to do and when, which takes time. But like over
Yep.
time, you kind of build up your techniques and skill set.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Just one last thing, Shima. For the Noel and Flair video, when they were doing their, it was like where they were doing their greetings at the same time, like the combination. Was it the greetings or was it the goodbye? How did you guys get that like kind of two-tone look? That was really cool.
Oh yeah, Otsumaster at the end. It was like the last clip, I think.
That was a really, really cool effect. Like, how did you guys get that kind of two-toned look?
Let's see if I can find that.
Yeah, could you send a screenshot? Because I could probably tell you how it was made if I see it.
Oh, gotta go scroll over to the.
Who was it? Noel and Flair?
Yeah. Noel and Flair, yeah.
Literally the last clip on Noel.
Yeah, last clip Noel and Flair, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get a screenshot. Okay. I'm opening it up on the screen right now. Is it here?
No.
This one?
I think yeah, right there. Yeah, this one.
Nope, still loading for me.
Yeah, this one is exactly this one.
Yeah, just like a couple. Yeah, in a couple of seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
like
that was insane. Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, I can tell you that was done. So in Agi sub, there is a tag called a clip, which allows you to kind of create like areas that from the subtitles that get shown and which don't get shown. And what's done there is the top, like there's a rectangle at the top that gets transformed over time from right to left, and from left to right. Like
that is really cool.
Like it's just transformed over time.
That's really cool. Like honestly, that is dope. That is what we call a dope moment.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. I was wondering if we can move on to the other steps in the pipeline. Yeah. So the one thumbnailer that we have is Luna. Can you explain like what a thumbnailer and an artist does in the project?
I think we spent most of the time just searching for art to use in the thumbnail and asking artists for permission to use the art. Since there was also a lot of Japanese artists, so we had to send screenshots, get them translated.
Yeah,
I think back.
I think that was really important personally, to make sure we actually get the permission that we need.
Yeah, I really wanted to have permission for every artwork we used. Some guys also drew, I think Ren drew his own art for the thumbnails, which was nice.
Wait, Ren drew his own thumbnails for the drew his own art for the thumbnails. That is okay. I was not expecting that. That's insane. That's a lot of effort. Holy.
Gen 3 and another one.
I think it was Gen 3 and Gen 0.
Yeah. Originally, we didn't want to make our own art, especially because not everyone in Aonohara is also an artist. And also it's a lot of work to draw like 4 or 5 characters. But Ren just fucking did it anyways.
Nice.
Absolute mad lad. What a mad lad.
Matters into his own hands.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
That is very impressive.
A lot of attention to while making the thumbnails what that they were kind of uniform. We had like the border, and we had like colors we wanted to use for the Holo Rewind logo, and that they kind of had the same font styling. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So lastly, along with the thumbnails, we have quality assurance. The third podcast that we're going to have is going to be a lot of quality assurance people. But right now, I think Meika is our QA rep here. Do you want to just talk a little bit about quality assurance and also talk about clipping?
I mean, I guess I can also leave some clipping to Shern since he also was a clipper.
Sure.
As far as quality assurance goes, we basically started out kind of the same as proofreading. We had to make a guide. So Duke Moon, one of the directors, had already made a guide in the past, which I think almost nobody knew it even existed. So I just took that and edited it a bit just so it could be more readable and published that for the other QAs so we could use it for the project. And yeah, to be honest, after that, the process of QA is pretty straightforward. You just get the final video once it's completely done. In this case, actually, we had two types of QAs. Like there were normal QAs would check the complete video for a single talent. And then we also had gen leads, which basically had to check the whole video for a single generation. Like I had generation 3, 5, and stars 2 and 3, I think. And we need to check for everything that might be wrong. So like if you know grammar enough, you can check like for proofreading errors. Then transitions, everything needs to be the same. Titles, clip titles, because this was something we were not expecting. We decided kind of at the last moment to add clip titles. So we had like these cards in the top left with the title of each clip, and we had to check that all of these were consistent with each other and that they were like centered properly and stuff like that. And also something we usually don't check for normal videos is audio. We need to check that all the audios was properly balanced. And yeah, that was kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest.
I see. Yeah, I imposed the audio standard, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah, thank you for the audio. Yeah, I forgot. Thank you for that a lot. It was also pain.
Yeah, it was a pain.
It did well, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have, even for future videos.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so
we'll talk more later if we go into detail about anything like Generation 3, for example, but I'll leave some space for the others now.
Yeah, sure. Sure, do you want to talk a little bit about how do you clip a video? Like, I know that a lot of people say they want to work on like VTuber videos or help out somehow. Clipping is something that, anybody can do. Can you explain a little bit about how that works?
We had the streams that like in the beginning we all just had a bunch of clip submissions that the fans contributed, and the clippers, like how we said, we didn't like was in the process of choosing the clips. We just downloaded them, like me and Meika. And
what
how
do you
we
use to
did
download
it,
the videos? Sorry, just curious for like some of the viewers. I actually don't know myself. How do you download the clips?
I think it's called the YouTube DL, but Kitsune, one of our members, he made a code that we just had to had a stream the YouTube link and the timestamps, and then it would automatically clip for us. But sometimes that didn't work, so we had to download the entire stream and then clip it manually ourselves. That was a pain.
I think like Kitsune's tool also used the YouTube DL. It used YouTube DL and a combination also of FFmpeg to cut them, because to cut them precisely, you need to calculate keyframes, and if you don't, the video is going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
So I built this tool to automatically do that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a process if you want to do it so complicated, and we definitely made it very complicated for this project.
Yep.
To be fair, you probably don't need to overcomplicate it like we did.
Yeah.
The 5-second black screen that fucked up the whole bitrate and everything, the audio desync, and
yeah.
No.
Yeah, that stuff is pain.
Yeah, but for the most part, that tool that Kitsune made, it really is amazing. Like, I have my own personal channel that I did stuff on. I haven't uploaded in forever. But whenever I would make videos, generally I just download the whole stream and then go from there. But if I'm going for like a very specific small part of a stream, I don't really wouldn't like to use the time to download like a 5+ gigabyte stream when I could just get that little clip that I need. So in that respect, it's kind of a godsend.
Yeah.
Kitsune. Oh,
sorry.
No, you keep going. No, you go.
About audio design, we actually had some problems, like at QA with Kanata. It was. I think it was 2 clips. No, it was only 1 clip. Like her 3D debut had some really weird. Like they had to re-encode it and had some really weird design. Then suddenly the audio started panning to just one side, and I was like, "What should we do?" And we had to like reclip it or something.
Oh, that sounds like it would have been a nightmare. A literal nightmare. I would have had a quick cry.
It was like at first QA pass, I think. Yeah, it was like, why is this audio panned to the right? And suddenly we discovered like the video had 2 audio files, so we had to reclip it, but like download the clip apart, then take the audio and use it on the current clip with the subs. Something like that it was.
Yeah, for some clips it was really, really complicated. I want to switch to going back to the Ubersimps and talking about clip choosing. So I have 2 marshmallows up on screen, asking about how the heck did we select the clips that we did, right? So yesterday or 2 days ago, some of the team leads talked about this from their perspective, but I was wondering, from the perspective of Ubersimps, what was the clip process like? Maybe Kitsune Hawk, do you want to talk a little bit about your experience?
Right. So when I was doing the clip selection for Muna, this was the whole production started when she was like really starting to get into the whole Minecraft craze that I guess she's still in right now. So I knew everybody was going to expect there'd be some Minecraft in there, but I wanted to go against that. So my main thing I wanted to focus on was I wanted to get a little bit from every month. I wanted to show, yeah, Muna does the Minecraft. There's the Peko Moon that is going on right now, but I want to showcase, some of the other stuff she's done, how she got to this point. And I also horribly underestimated how much the big Holo Purge last year affected clip selection. I want to say it was May and June in particular, I had a real hard time finding good clips for.
May and June was like where the kind of the purge happened, like the most intense of the purge was. So I feel like a lot of the trying to find clips for like a lot of the talents for that period of time was pretty difficult. Yeah.
I think some of the streams like from all Holo VTubers are still probably not available for public. Like I think still to this day, I think there's still some that aren't available. Like I've remembered
there is a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I remember like there were some clips for Kira, yeah, that I wanna submit, but the thing is like oh no, it's like the purge happened and now some that clips like are now not available, and I was feeling limited. Well, there were some things that I didn't even think that I could go for, but because the purge did happen, it felt like it's more difficult. Now it's more difficult than expected. Well, from the Uber side of things. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
good. Yeah, good to hear that.
I want to show just a couple of things because some of you the Ubersimps were really involved in that whole clip arranging and finding process. I know that Kitsune Hawk, you made a whole document about Muna,
right?
She's
my manifesto.
Is that okay if we share that?
Yes, my Munifesto. Let's call it the Munifesto.
Okay.
Munifesto.
This is a Munifesto. I mean, I was pretty blown away. I mean, you wrote a whole document month by month, literally about like summarizing what happened to Muna, literally every single month, and even found out like whether a stream is private. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, this is a kind of simp energy that I'm pretty impressed by. Like, what? I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to even ask. Like,
you know what it reminds me of? That meme of the guy with the wall with all the pins explaining something really complicated. It reminds me of that.
Yeah, like, I guess, like, where did you find this energy, right, to do all of this?
I mean, I came across Hololive Indonesia back in the very end of May, very beginning of June. So I've been here for a while, and it was like at that time, it was a really obscure part of Hololive. And so when I got in the Hollow Hole, my main drive was, okay, this is my chance. I'm going to spread awareness of Hololive Indonesia. I am going to do everything at my disposal to show how great Risu, Iofi, and Muna are. And I let myself get carried away more than once. This being, oh dear, incident number 47, maybe?
I see. And you're based in the US, right?
Yes, I am.
And do just you know, interested, do you speak Indonesian? Do you understand Indonesian?
I don't speak it. I can only understand very small pieces I've picked up on from being around the ID bros for so long.
I see. Like, I'm also interested in hearing like about people who have Oshis, right? Like, what inspired you? What led you into really being interested in the Hollow ID branch?
Like I said, I think for me, a lot of it was the very the obscurity they had at first, but also it's very close knit. I think Hollow ID has this very close knit community that you don't really see with the other parts of Hololive. And even like ever since the Hollow Rewind, ever since we did the production on that, the whole collab with Picora Senpai, all of that, Muna she still treats her fan base like a family, and I think that's the main draw to me, is just how familial it is.
Cool.
Yeah, like I believe at one point, I don't know if it's true anymore, but all the ID girls were living in a house together, right? That's where we got the Risu stealing Muna's piggy bank thing from.
Yes.
Yeah.
that was the clip that got a lot of people to follow Hololive Indonesia.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And you know, the clips have that kind of energy and ability to actually get people interested in a certain talent, because obviously people don't understand the source language. A lot of people don't. I know that another person among this group today that did create a document was Ryu. Ryu, is it okay if we share your document?
I have mixed feelings about it being shared.
Okay, well, we don't have to share it then. But I am interested in hearing from any of the other Ubersimps too. Well, it's okay. It's a secret. But like, I'm wondering, like, you know, for the other Ubersimps, like, why did you guys decide to participate in something like this, and what makes you that, I guess, serious and want to support your specific Oshis? Like, how did that get started?
Right. For me, all right. I'll let you start first.
All right. I initially wanted to do this kind of like looking back on all of Okayu's streams for her second anniversary, but I really don't have the time for that. So, and then this came along, so I was like, oh, this seems like a good, what do you call it, mini summary that you can make on her like past just year instead of the past 2 years. And initially I wanted to like translate too, but as Chima knows, I kind of joined late. Missed my opportunity there. So yeah. As for why I wanted to like support Okayu or something like that, like back when I started watching her, it was like she only had like 80k subs, and like I thought she just like needed more than that. Like she was worth more than that. And at the time, I was just what do you call it? Wanting to spread awareness about her, but it just kind of feels weird now because she's like nearing 1 million. That's like much more than I ever thought she would be at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, huh? Like how big
it is.
Hololive has grown.
All the girls are set to hit 1 mil, like JP side at the very least. They're set to hit 1 mil this year apparently, which is nuts to think about.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Well, Jin, I think you've contributed at least a little. I mean, in a small part to that growth, because I know personally, as someone who wasn't really familiar with Okayu, I definitely spent a couple days like going through your channel, just watching like all the clips that you had, because I just like kept looking for more, and I'm sure there are a bunch of other people who kind of found the same thing. So we really have you to thank for that as well.
Oh.
Right.
What
go
about
ahead.
What about for like the stars? Like, what's everyone's like kind of like hopes and dreams for the stars, if you will? And like, do we have anything for that, Chima? Like stars at the very least?
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
Right. As far as I remember, is like Kira, like when I first watched Kira, I was like, oh, he's amazing. He's like can do all these things, and I'm like, I remember him doing Jump King, and he managed to finish it in 8 hours. I think he could have finished it in 5, but he went impatient on the chapel. It's like that. I think that was one of the amazing parts about Kira. I think from what I believe, from what I think or believe, like he's probably is still currently the fastest Holo VTuber to finish Jump King. I think like some of them like rage quitted or took longer, such as Roburu and Estelle. So right when I said like the application for the Ubersimps that I like nobody like from the looks like it like nobody went for Kira. So as an Ubersimp is like I would do for the best. I would do the best for my VTuber, who is Kira. So while I may not probably be the most knowledgeable of all Ubersimps, but it's like I'm probably effectively a hero that needed but did not deserve. You know what I mean.
Nice. Hasu, do you want to talk a little bit? Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. It was like as well for the final thing I remember was it's like there were some parts. Well, I may have missed saying this earlier, but like there was like I think the opening for Kira. I remember that it was used to be a male symbol, but I didn't think it was a good like a good thing to start. So like I was thinking of something else, like say a rabbit or a ribbon. Yeah, as you can see there, like when there were, I think it was like the editor was showing me about it. But I think yeah. But I said it would be best if it wasn't like obscure. I'm not so sure how to explain it.
Yeah, kind like the symbol that the talent represents, right? Cool. Hasu, do you want to talk about Aruran and what are your impressions about Aruran and, you know, how did you get to like really appreciate him and also maybe about Hollow Stars in general?
What should I say? I got to know Aran for like since I think June or like May, I think, and um I kind of like I at first I saw Izurus one, I think, and then I got interested with the other members and I browsed YouTube and wiki pages and then I got caught by Aaron's design. It's not like the typical like you first see like, oh my gosh, he's so cute, he's so good looking and stuff like that. I initially have like I don't like his design or something. And
Big daddy energy.
eventually, like when I checked out his streams, I watched couple streams here and there, archives, and I don't know. I kind of like the feel that I got whenever he streams. Like,
Hazu, you still there? Oh.
I think she got cut off for some reason.
Yeah, I think she got cut off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hasu-chama.
But I think, you know, it's kind of interesting with a lot of these like Oshis. You just kind of start passively watching, but then you just get into it, and somehow you find all these charms about these talents, right? I don't know why it might have been because 2020 was pandemic year, but so many people got caught by that trap and just got caught into the middle of that. And I just find it really fascinating. But yeah, well, last of all, Ryu, do you want to add anything to that conversation about, you know, how did you get to appreciate your Oshi and how did that happen?
I guess it's a bit of a long story, but when I first started watching Hololive, I didn't really have any huge preferences. It was actually Suisei that kind of got me into the whole thing, but as I kind of continued to watch everyone, and I got a better idea of like what their personality is like, their kind of character, I kind of started liking Mio more and more. She just kind of came off as very, how to put it, she kind of came off as a very wholesome character. She seemed like very nice. She didn't have like any of those crazy shenanigans some of the other members have, like Picora, for example. You know, I thought that was kind of a charm in its own way. She seemed like a very stable and sincere person in this sea of very active, high tension talents. And, you know, over time, you know, as I got to know her better, I just kind of found myself liking her more and more. You know, she just seemed very nice, and yeah, when I began clipping, I think that also really boosted a lot of my preference for Mio, because it really made me pay more attention to all of the talents. And you know, she just resonated with me the most, and I ended up where I am today because of that.
Yeah, I'm glad. Like, Mio's always been one of like that type of VTuber who's like seems like her nickname is Mio Mama. So I sometimes will just tune into Mio's stream if I'm looking for like something to like something kind of like calming to watch in the background, like while I'm doing work and whatnot. So yeah, Mio's always been like that kind of VTuber for me. Like as much of a Hoshiomi I am, Mio is always someone who I'll tune into as well.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly the reason why I watch her pretty often. She has this very calming effect. It just feels very comfy to watch her.
She did
and
that.
I kind of really.
Sorry. Yeah, she did that ukulele stream yesterday. It was very comfy.
Yeah, it kind of was. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say.
No, that was pretty good. Yeah,
that was really good. Yeah.
I think one of the objectives of this whole project is to get people to be more interested in a broad range of these talents and to introduce a lot of people into what they're like. So I hope that it really does that for some people out there who end up watching our videos. I have another question for everybody.
Yeah.
Which is this one. So this is to anybody, including the Ubersimps, and I think this is an interesting question. If we were to ask which is your favorite talent, well, that's obvious, right? But like, what about your favorite group? You know, like whether it be Gen Zero. Okay, maybe Hollow ID is an obvious one for Kitsune Hawk, but like maybe your second favorite group, right? What would be your answer to this question? And like team members can also answer too.
Mine I go first on this one.
Sure.
As I remember before Kira retiring, there were like three of them. Like they formed themselves as chibi stars. Like it's like there were, it's like I think it was Kira, Izuru, and Estelle. So it's like when three of them together, it's like it's total chaos. It's total chaos, like especially in Apex. I remember watching, I think the entirety of I think it was like Apex tournament, and you can see the chemistry of all three of them. It's like it fits natural. Well, I think from what I remember, Kira is a little bit more of like a third wheel of the three, but he's effectively the oldest debut wise. But he's no slouch to what all three of them are doing either, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I think that's pretty much for me for now.
Okay. Yep. Anybody else want to answer?
Okay. Anybody else? Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I mean, it sounds BS because like I used it of Gen 5, but for me it was Gen 5, but mostly because I never really paid much attention to Gen 5 until I had to did it. Because I actually picked it also because of that. Gen 5, I feel that didn't get as much attention as it deserves. Or at least that's how I feel, and I mean it's also first-hand because I didn't pay much attention to it either. But it still has really nice talents. Like for example, there is Botan that is really good at games. There is Lami that is very comfy, but it's also really nice to her talk, like her thoughts dance and everything. Nene is really fun to watch. She's very active. She's always joking around, doing fun stuff. She's really original. Well, there is also Polka that it's the entire circus. Like she's kinda crazy, but it's the fun side of crazy. She's also very active on the side of doing stuff that others don't usually do, like playing instruments all the time. So yeah, and also they have really good interactions with each other. Like for example, that Botan and Lami horror stream, that was really fun to watch because Botan likes to joke around. She's more experienced with the games. Meanwhile, you have Lami that almost doesn't play them, and she gets easily scared. And it actually feels like a date sometimes. Like when Lami got really scared and Botan was just laughing, it was really fun to watch. So yeah, it actually got me to like a lot more Gen 5. There's Nene, as I said, likes to make a lot of jokes around and like be really creative, like the Sea of Nenechi, Super Idol, you know, that stuff.
Yeah.
How about somebody else? What is your favorite group, you think?
Sean, do you have anything to say? Oh, Fodan, you have something? No, Fodan, you go.
Yeah.
You go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is not something I've. What is like? It's not a tough question for me because you know, after Rushia, my number 2's Pekora, and then I think after that is Marine pretty directly. So I am a big 3rd gen fan. Like what is it? They were I think there were some plushies that were released as a part of a collaboration with a department store in Japan, and I was really considering buying all 5 of them.
Oh, the Fumos.
Dang.
Yeah, the Fumos. I didn't wake up in time though, so that was pretty unfortunate.
That's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking.
But yeah, so they're definitely my favorites. But in general, like for the rewind specifically, I learned a lot about different talents that I usually don't follow. Like one clip I remember translating was Roboco playing Apex with, I believe it was Matsuri and Ayame, and maybe someone else if I'm forgetting. No, wait, no, it's only 3. Okay, cool. But like they were, what is it? I think Roboco stacked like some kind of, I don't know, like gas can. I don't really play Apex at all.
The caustic, they're literally gas canisters basically. That was funny to watch. I remember that. That was very. Them giggling is very cute.
But it's cool because it's like it's just the stupid shit that me and my friends would do if we were playing games, right? So seeing them interact all together, it's really really nice.
Right. Okay, how about one last person?
One last person, yeah. Anyone else have anything to add?
I would have an answer, but I think it would be like slightly off topic. Because I wanted to say that I really liked working on Generation 3, but for reasons that are completely different than what you may think. And this may end up making me sound like a masochist, but we basically spent 2 entire days and almost an entire sleepless night working on the project to get it finished in time. And we had to go through it like 50 times over and over. And basically, I really enjoyed working on it because of the cooperation that everyone put into it just to make it work. Everyone staying up late and pitching in to give their input and helping out just so we could finish it in time, I guess.
Yeah. There was so much coordination and teamwork that went into this project. And I'm very glad that everything turned out well with all the personalities that we have. I was expecting much more clashes to happen, but I'm glad everyone got along very well.
Yeah.
Oh. There's I think we're gonna make this tradition now. How tall is everyone? We're gonna do an Oshi fight. How tall is everyone here?
I am exactly Coco height, 180 centimeters.
Holy moly!
I'm 185. Let's go!
Oh my God, Tara's gonna win this because I'm actually only 183. I can't beat Tara. Holy.
Shortest.
Okay, so basically, I'm very small.
Mood.
Yeah, I'm part of the short kings group. I'm 5'6" in freedom units. So
what's that in European?
Fuck, 167.
Oh, just like me. We're the same.
Slightly smaller than me. I'm sorry. I give you my crown.
I'm 165.
165.
For me, on average, I would be like 5'9", like 175, I think. Yeah, a little bit.
What do you mean on average?
You're small, G.
What do you mean on average? How does your height change?
Because the thing is, like, whenever I check the height scale, it was like sometimes like it gives me varying results. Like sometimes I'd be like an inch taller, and then
Interesting. Okay.
That's interesting.
No, I've heard that like based on the time of day, it can like vary very slightly.
Yeah, like in the
he changed because of the weather.
2 centimeters.
I think
Shorter.
Right. I think for if I were to be like Like I think probably my definite height without shoes would be 5'9" or 175.
You don't measure yourself without shoes?
No, I wouldn't measure myself in shoes because that's just cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta take as much padding as you can get, huh? Luna.
Put on the high heels.
Yeah. So I think we'll come to a close. Illidan?
Yeah, I think we'll come to a close for today. Yeah. Does anyone have any closing statements? We'll get some closing statements from everyone.
Yeah, fuck Rico. It's all Rico's fault.
Yeah, I'll go after Eugen.
I can't believe I missed the super chat reading for Okai's stream for this.
Wait, what do you mean?
What do you? Oh, you missed the super. Oh wow, that is
Oh, you missed your own reading on her stream.
Oh.
Gonna have to go back for that.
Yep, gotta go watch the archive.
Well, thanks for your sacrifices.
Yeah, thank you.
Big Ubersimp energy.
Anybody else have some closing statements?
Anybody has closing statements to make?
If we're doing this next year, or rather this year, can we include the entirety of Peccamoon?
Oh no, Hololive Rewind 2021. We can't do that. We can't do that, can we?
Gotta have the entirety of Peccamoon. That's just the whole Muna segment.
I'd like to quickly say to everybody, Riku, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Riku. This is all your fault.
Ouch.
Anyone else have any? Yep.
Right, I have a closing statement for me. It was like, right there. I think there was one question. I think the first one who asked, like for the Ubersimps, like who is your best girl? Well, for me, obviously Kira. But to be honest, but let's be honest. Like anybody can be best girl, like within our hearts and minds. So it doesn't really matter per se.
Oh, it's Iago, isn't it? That's
yeah, Iago is Bisco. Yep, Iago is Bisco. Iago is Bisco.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it. Like it's anybody is best girl.
Yep.
Official.
Yeah.
Best girl.
So officially it's Kanata, but yeah.
So for anyone who's watching right now, though, is like, please support our Holostars, or Holostars VTubers. Like, while Robert is getting a lot of traction now, but yeah, it's like our boys it's a much needed for our boys out there. Yeah, that's all for me.
The boys are slowly getting more popular. I actually showed my girlfriend the Holostars video, and now she's a Holostar simp.
Oh wow.
she literally went and subscribed to all of their channels like the moment I showed her the video.
I showed my girlfriend Holostars, and now I'm.
Yeah, she even went to the Kira channel. Yep, even went to the Kira channel.
That's amazing.
Anyone else have any closing statements to add before we finish up for today?
Well, I just wanted to share one of my fond memories about working on the project. Since I was a translator, I was kind of involved in the beginning stages, and then just kind of got to watch it as it rolled along the tracks. But for me, I was on Thanksgiving break, staying at a friend's place, and I got pings saying, "Hey, you need to finish your assignment." I'm like, "Oh shit!" so I went and then did it when I had some downtime, and then as soon as I pinged in chat that I was done, like the whole server like celebrated, right? And it was nutty. I guess I really must have been like the last person to turn in something because everyone lost their shit after I pinged that I was done. Because you can finally move on to the next stage.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I mean, like it was really funny, also kind of sad because I felt like I was holding back the process, but you know, it turned out all right. So
yeah, it did.
That's a good thing.
Yep. All right. I guess that's it for the stream. Thank you everyone for coming. It was some good insight into like the processes. especially like the dedication that our Ubersimps have towards their Oshis. But yeah, stay tuned for the next stream in 6 hours, something like that. A couple hours, basically. I'm very tired.
Okay.
Chima, do you have anything to add?
No, I think that was great. Thanks a lot for all your insights, especially the European crew. It's super late there, and the Ubersimps. Thanks a lot for your support, and thanks to all the viewers for listening.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you.
Fudge.